Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me live on all your platforms. I am tuning in now. Let's go live on Instagram. Let's see. Let's get this live going. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. I am so excited for you guys to speak about the 5 reasons being a dual career agent is difficult for you. So let's wait for a few more people to get in. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. You'll see me looking over to the side because I want to give you all attention. I am so excited to talk about why being a dual career agent is difficult for you. So let's give some people some time to get on in. Let's give them some time. Hope your Saturday is going well. I know my Saturday has started since 5 a.m. How about you guys? So I have some notes I will be looking at as well. All right, we're going to get right into it. So, 5 reasons for being a dual career agent is difficult for you. So, first, I want to talk about who I am because I may be new to a lot of you guys, and I want to make sure you know who I am. So, I am Tashia McDougald. I am a realtor and have been licensed for 11 years. I am licensed in 3 states: New York, Maryland, and Virginia. Out of those 3 years, believe it or not, I was a dual career agent. Out of those 7 years, I was a dual career agent. So I enjoyed real estate so much. It was my passion that I went full time after my 7 years. And I can say that being successful as a dual career agent for those 7 years, I can say that that's my soft spot in mentoring a lot of dual career agents. So, yes, I do mentor a lot of dual career agents, and it is my soft spot because you'll find so many people tell you you can't do it. And I am a I can do anything person. So, you come across me, you'll get nothing but encouragement. It is just not easy. So, you just have to remember that being a dual career agent won't be easy. It's not going to be easy, guys. You signed up for real estate and you signed up to keep your 9 to 5, then you signed up for a challenging task that can be met. So just remember, you can do it, right? So I've made millions in volume as a dual career agent. So I want to let you know it's not impossible. You just have to have some things in place. So what's making it difficult for you guys, right? So, first, let me define what a dual career realtor is. A dual career realtor is someone that is choosing to work their day job or evening job of full time employment. So, you're still a W 2 employee, and then you chose to get into this real estate career full time. You're giving it your all. You're signing up to be a realtor. I don't like calling real estate part time. That's why I call it dual career, because there are 2 careers wrapped in one. So you're now a full time realtor and a full time employee. That's what a dual career agent is. So let's get into it on number one. As you saw earlier this week, my number one thing that makes it difficult for agents to be a dual career agent is not writing down the task the day before. You're not writing down tasks. How do you expect to function daily in real estate if you're not writing down a list of things to overcome? So look at your before work, look at your lunch break, and look at after work. So the day before, I want you to write down tasks and say, what is it that I want to accomplish tomorrow? What is it I want to accomplish before work, after work, lunchtime? Writing this down will help you tremendously because you have something to check off or cross out. Or in some ways, I like to look at it as encouragement. Like I'm checking off something that I've accomplished and I look at it and say, wow, I did all of that. And then I take that list and I run it over to the next day on things that I did not get to touch. So you guys are accountable for yourselves and you have to make that list and you have to check it off and you have to, move that list over to the next day. So, number one is writing down that list continually. Be consistent, and you will see what a difference that makes. So let's go into number two because I'm not trying to keep you here. I'm not trying to keep you here long. It's Saturday and you should be doing some real estate. So let's go into number two. You have to use a calendar. Now, for me, a calendar is big. It was big as a dual career agent and is big now as a full time agent. If it's not in my calendar, it does not matter. I don't see it. I don't know it. I forget it. It has to be in the calendar, no matter what. I have a paper calendar and I have an electronic calendar. So I use my Google Calendar. Google is amazing because I have access to it on the computer, I have access to it on my cell phone. It is amazing. So my Google Calendar, I always, always, always put stuff in it. You will see my calendar full of anything I think of. Even if it's like, make sure I call so and so, I'm putting 1 o'clock reminder, call so and so. So you guys have to utilize that calendar faithfully, consistently. Don't just do it today, do it every day, and it's going to make a difference. My paper calendar is my go-to. I always have my paper calendar in my book, in my purse. I always have it in my car. Sometimes I even do a nice little trick. I'll have a nice little notebook, a small one in my car. It's always in my car. And I would write down little things and then I'll transfer it into my calendar later. Sometimes at the end of the day, if I have a busy day. But you guys have to make sure you are calendaring everything. Put it in a calendar. We're going to go a little further into one of the steps with time blocking. So I'll stop there. Paper calendar, Google Calendar. Okay. So the third point I mentioned was you're not taking advantage of your free time, right? So right now would be your free time. If you're tuning in right now, you're utilizing your free time in learning something that will work for you. So good job. Kudos. I'm so happy and proud of you that you're using your free time right now to just take a few minutes of your day to learn some tips that might help you, that will help you be a better dual career agent, right? So, taking advantage of your free time. I want you to think of free time, right? I want you to think of your mornings. What is it that you're doing in the morning, right? So you have work, let's say 8 o'clock. You probably leave at maybe 6 with this traffic. You probably leave at 6 to get to work. So I would say you have some free time before 6, right? And you would then get to work and you will have a lunch break. Everybody has to have a lunch break, right? And sometimes people dedicate their lunch break to constantly working at work. I know because I was in a law firm. I had attorneys that had trials, and their rush was my rush. And, no matter what, it was like, I'll do eat and work. No, no, no. Not when you're a dual career agent. You have another career to also work on. So your lunch breaks are for you. You need to make it plain. You need to put your foot down. You need to say, my lunch break, I am working on this for real estate, right? So for my lunch breaks, my free time, if you have a half an hour, if you have an hour, you can make cold calls within that half an hour or hour. Just do something. Something in real estate will make a difference. You can look at your task list. You can prepare, bring your laptop with you and find a space and prepare marketing materials during your half an hour or hour. There's no excuse. You have time. You just have to find it and use it. Take advantage of it, right? So you have your afternoons, let's say your evenings. So now you're done with work. right? You're driving home. And what I used to do when I was driving home, I already made my list during my lunch breaks on calls that I wanted to make to for sale by owners. And I would have my little notebook in the car, and I've already looked up phone numbers, and I would make those calls to the for sale by owners while I'm in traffic. Okay, no excuse. I'll be on the phone. I'll be like, "Hi, my name is Tashia. I was calling to see if you were interested in getting help with selling your home." And I'm driving and it's on, Bluetooth. And I'm like, listen, I'm talking and I'm just driving, right? And I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. And I'm setting appointments while I'm driving. So there's no excuse because driving home from work was free time. Okay. Let's say I'm not making calls. I'm listening to audio. I'm listening to an audio book. I'm listening to a YouTube video because in the beginning, I was nervous. Like, don't get me wrong, I could not cold call. I was so scared of no. I could not door knock. I was so scared of it. So, my time driving home, I remember pulling into a subdivision, parking in the subdivision, looking around at everybody, right? And listening to the motivational video saying, just do it. Why are you not doing it? Just do it. What are you scared of? You're scared of no? You're going to get no. Get over it. Like, so I'm listening to those YouTube videos, like, yeah, get over it. And I'm sitting outside the subdivision. And I kid you not, I drove off. I was like, I'm not ready yet. So it was so many times that I did that. It was so many times that I sat in a subdivision after work, driving home from work. I pulled in one. I'm like, let me just pull in. I was like, okay, I'm ready today. Finally, I was ready. And I had my materials in the car. Remember, I prepare before. So I had my materials in the car. I just couldn't get out the car. I was so nervous. And I finally did it. And I finally, knocked on the door. And God was so good because it was the sweetest person. And she was like, "Hi, thank you for coming. No one ever rings my bell." And I was like, "Yeah. And she was like, "I'm not looking to, sell right now, but my neighbor across the street, she says she's tired of this neighborhood." I said, "Really?" So I began to get more comfortable because she was so nice. And I took it there and I ran. I went across the street. I was like, "Hi, your neighbor across the street sent me." After that, you couldn't tell me anything. It was that one time that took me and ran me, and I didn't stop. So the thing is, you guys have to stay consistent. Once you do it, don't stop because then it's like starting all over again, right? And it's easy to fall back, even with cold calling. Like I can make a cold call. I'll be, driving into traffic, making a cold call. I'm good with it. Like, oh yeah, yeah. They answered the phone. They didn't answer. But then once I stop, so let's say a week will go by and I don't, make any calls. Then I got to go back to looking at scripts again. I got to go back to relearning. So it's kind of like you want to make sure you keep the training, keep the consistency because you get better at it. You get so much better at it. So I want you guys to know like you have the time, you just have to find it, use it, and run with it. Okay. So, same thing for evenings and weekends. My weekends, in the beginning when I was doing dual career agent, it was no excuse. I wasn't working at the law firm on the weekends. Sometimes they would try and call me in on Saturdays when there was a trial or something, but I wasn't working on the weekends in my job. So therefore, I had to give my career in real estate my attention. So I would always do an open house every weekend until I had 5 clients. 5 clients. I did not stop. I had to do an open house every weekend until I had 5 clients. So, what is your goal? What are you doing? Are you doing an open house this weekend? What is your excuse? Because at right now, like we cannot make any excuses. We have no room for it. We wanted to make real estate a career, right? We wanted to have our day job and work this big career, real estate. So let's make it happen, right? At least give it a try. At least give it a try and say, I'm giving my all in real estate. I'm going to I'm going to attend my open houses. I'm going to make cold calls. I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going for the business because nobody knows me. Nobody knows I'm a realtor. And because I only have half the time as a full time agent, right? So, like I said in the beginning, It's not impossible to be a dual career agent and be successful. I've made over $1 million, over 5 million as a dual career agent, right? It's not impossible. It is just extremely hard. So if you're up for the challenge, let's get it. Do it. Make it happen. Because you're going to get a lot of the people out there saying, hey, you can't do this. You need to be full time. You can't be successful. You can't make money. You can't help people. Yeah, you can. You have me telling you you can. You just got to make it happen and be consistent. No excuses. There's no room for excuses. So come on, you guys got to go. It's Saturday morning. You should have things to do in real estate. So I'm going to move you on. So number 4 was you have to time block on your calendar and separate your day job tasks from your real estate task. So, as I mentioned earlier, you have to have that calendar, right? But you have to separate and time block on your calendar your day job and your real estate task, right? So, how a calendar would look is, let's say, as I mentioned, you head out to work for 6 a.m. So from 4 to 5, I'm talking about getting up early. No excuses. You have to work with the time you have. You have to work with the time you have. So you got to get up. You got to wake up. It's a sacrifice now for a benefit later, right? I'm telling you, this works. I had to find time. How do I find time, right? So 4 to 5, you're getting up. You're working out. You're getting a nice smoothie. You are meditating. You're praying. You're writing down, looking at your task list. If you couldn't do it the night before, you're doing it in the morning when the house is quiet, right? You're looking at your list. You're getting your mind right for your day. You're saying affirmations, and then you're getting ready for work, right? 4 to 5, get ready for work. Then you head out, go to work. You spend your whole day at work. In the afternoon, you're now doing what I mentioned, something real estate. And mind you, on my way to work in the morning, I'm also listening to audiobooks. I'm listening to trainings. I'm listening to YouTube videos on motivation, right? Wherever I'm weak at, I need strength, right? So I'm listening to those videos in on YouTube. And I'm listening to Mike Ferry. That is my dude. He has gotten me in the beginning of my career through so many listing presentations, right? Because I was going for listings, right? Buyers come, that was cool. But listings is where I was always told the money is, and they did not lie, right? So Mike Ferry, listing presentations, check him out on YouTube. And I would listen to that as I'm driving to work, right? So we're driving to work 6 a.m., right? And I would be listening to listening presentations, just like creating it in my mind, getting it. Then let's say, so now we're in the afternoon. We're working all day. Your job took you to the afternoon. You are taking a break for you. By law, you have to have a break. You are taking a break for you. But in that break, I am eating and I am working on real estate. I am now making those calls, like we said, or getting that list together, or getting the list that you're going to call when you're driving home from work. See? So I'm writing down those tasks. I'm time blocking the time. I'm saying from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. work, right? But in between, from 12 to 1, I'm working on, I'm making calls, or, being specific, I'm making calls to FISBOs, for sale by owners, or I'm getting numbers during lunch break, or I'm preparing my flyers to pass out, right? So you're writing this down on your calendar, time blocking it. So then let's say from after work, you're saying from 5 to 6, I'm doing this. From 6 to 7, I'm doing this. From 7 to 8, I'm doing this. So on and so forth. Either you in your evening, writing down your task for the next day, rolling it over if you have to, right? Or you're working on that in the morning time. But that is time blocking your day. It is accounting for every minute in your day. Okay, guys? So that's time blocking. And the last one is you have to have systems. So, systems is so important as a dual career agent because you're at work, you're working, and imagine someone wants to have an appointment with you, right? Someone wants to meet with you, someone wants to talk to you, right? Where do they go? What do they do? Do they need you to answer that phone, right? So, you have to come up with ways to work with that person, but not have to constantly be there to answer the phone. So, what I use is Calendly, Calendly. So, that as a dual career agent, even now, was so perfect because it gives you the link to send to people and say, schedule your time, right? And they will click on that link and they'll schedule it. And then I'll come out of work and I'll be like, oh, snap, I have an appointment. And it automatically goes to your Google Calendar. So remember, I said calendar everything, it automatically goes to your Google Calendar. So it's like having an assistant without having an assistant, right? And that's what you need as a dual career agent because you have to use your time on generating and prospecting and making money and business for yourself. You don't have time to answer the phone call to make an appointment. So something like that really, really helps. Making sure your website is set up, making sure it's set up so that way leads can be generated automatically without you having to work on it. Like it's really important to have things already generated so that way you don't have to constantly be working on it. Another thing, which is a big thing, is because we're at work, we don't have time to be on social media posting faithfully. And I definitely recommend posting 3 to 5 times a day. So if you have to do 3 to 5 times a day, you have to find a way to have those posts automatically going while you're working in your day job, right? So I use this app called APPHI. And this app, you can schedule posts to go onto your social media. So I utilize my weekend, for instance, to schedule my whole week going forward of post. So that way I'm not constantly at the computer trying to figure out a post, trying to post, because you do have to be active on social media and show that you're consistent. You do have to be in front of people, right? So schedule your posts will help as being a dual career agent, even not being a dual career agent, just scheduling posts because we're out showing homes, we're out doing XYZ. Like we have to be able to still be in front of people on social media. So schedule your posts. I also love the business suite for Facebook on Facebook Business. If you don't have a business page, make sure you get a Facebook business page and there's a business suite where you can post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time. You can schedule it. So you can schedule all of these days out for the rest of the year when if you have time, right? And you schedule these posts and they both post at the same time to Facebook and Instagram. So that is extremely helpful and it will take a lot of load off of you as a dual career agent. So that is the 5 steps to help in being a dual career agent not be as difficult as it is for you right now. I do want to say that I do have a book out now, and it's called How to Be a Successful Dual Career Real Estate Agent. It just finished production, so shipment is this month. I am so excited. If you want to get a copy of this book, I go in more detail on success and the things that have worked for me and is still working to this day. You can get your copy at dualcareersuccess.com. It is only $18.99. If you do go on Amazon, it is going to be a little more, but it is on Amazon and it will be an ebook format shortly. So definitely grab your book, How to Be a Successful Dual Career Agent. I am always available at Ask Tashia on all social media outlets. Ask Tashia. And I am so happy you guys tuned in. Thank you so much. I will not keep you. Make it a great day. And don't worry about what anyone says. You can do it. All right. Peace, guys.